See, so about the judgment part, I have a list also which I have made pertaining to the expected topics relating to judgment. Okay, so the basic thing is, please study cases from live law only. The reason being, live law provides a very good portal, such as 50 good and bad judgments of 2020, 65 good and bad judgments of 2019. So it's very easy for you to study. If you like go into some other website and you just search a case, it will make your task a bit difficult. So you can do just like go to live law, take the subscription from anybody, or you can yourself subscribe to it, and go to recently only they had launched the 65 good and bad judgments of 2020. Okay, so the crux lies in the fact that basically these live law people, they mention the word as for example, Chebrolo Leela Prasad versus State of Andhra Pradesh, and then they will write in a significant judgment. This happened. So if a judgment is significant for live law people, that means it is significant for legal fraternity and it is significant for CLAT consortium. Okay, so this was my agenda of studying those judgments. And you know what? Last year in the 10 judgments, I mean the 10 passages which were given to us, 4 were the judgments which I had read in CLAT. So I was very happy with this, with this step of mine. So you can definitely just go to live law, subscribe it, and read the judgments. Now, there is this SEC, you can refer to SEC online, and furthermore, there is this SC Observer. So, I would just like to, or I guess you can go to SC Observer yourself only. The thing is that in SC Observer, if you write reservation and promotion, they will give the history till the recent judgment relating to reservation and promotion, till BK Pavitra, they will give it. So, and that too in a very summarized form. So you can even refer the judgment from SC Observer. Just you will know that okay, what all judgments are there in reservation and promotion, and then you can type those judgments on live law and you can get a exact copy. So you don't have to just read the summary of cases. Believe me, that would, it won't do any justice to your preparation. You have to read the entire judgment. Okay. Now my way of reading was like, first I used to read the facts of that particular judgment. Okay. And then I came to the last part, that is the operative order part, wherein they said that okay, we are upholding this, or we are overruling this, or this is constitutionally invalid, or this is valid, and etc etc etc. Okay, and then I used to again go back and then started reading the part of the judges. Okay, you have to skip the arguments part. No need to read the contentions part given by the advocates, because that is not asked in the question paper, because that is what advocates argue. Those are not the noble words of judges. They only ask what judges say. So choose a case law for a particular day. Okay, and then read the factual part, and then directly come up to the judgment part, and then start reading what particular judge had said. Now if there is a dissenting judgment by any judge, for instance in Puttaswamy judgment, there was this Dr. D.Y. Chandrachud who had given dissenting opinion. Now there were ample of questions on his judgment only. Why? Because his dissenting opinion was of great importance. Okay, then you also have to see which cases are overruled and which cases are upheld. Okay, and just make notes of relating to that. Okay, and also you have to study like which section or which article was being challenged. Now in this Babita Punia case, which was relating to the Permanent Commission for Women in Army, so they had like section 12 of Army Act, if I am not wrong. It was challenged, so they had other question pertaining to which section of Army Act was challenged. So since it was given in the judgment, you had to know this. Okay. Now, furthermore, one more important thing pertaining to the preparation for cases is that it's like, if people just generally think like, if I had read this judgment and if it doesn't come in the exam, then my 4 to 5 days are wasted in reading that 1,000 pages judgment. What good have I done? So the factor is that it will definitely help you. It will enhance your reading skill. Okay. And furthermore, when they give the 10 questions based on a passage, the 5 and 6 questions are directly belonging to the passage, or directly belonging to the judgment. If you have read the judgment, you will be able to solve those questions. And if you have not read those judgment, there will be 4 questions, 3 to 4 questions, which are directly not based on the passage. So if you have read the static law, then you would be able to clear it. Okay, so it's like you have to do CLAT consortium expects you to prepare both ways, study the judgment also and study the static law also. So if in case if you have not accidentally read that judgment, you will be able to solve those 3 to 4 extra questions. And if you have read those that particular judgment, well and good. And you that those 3 to 4 questions would be a task for you otherwise. Okay, so see, this is my had I been giving CLAT and IELTS this year, this would be my strategy. I mean, this would be the topics that I would be compulsorily covering. Okay, so you can just take a screenshot or you can jot these down. So like in preservation and promotion, this is a whole new concept now, because beginning from Indra Sahani and now recently we had this BK Pavitra 2 2019 judgment. Okay, so when you read BK Pavitra, no, it will mention Jarnail Singh, it will mention all sorts of judgment, I think, yeah. So well, you will have M. Nagarajan's case, then Jarnail Singh's case, then this BK Pavitra's case. Okay, so they will give BK Pavitra's case and they may ask about Jarnail Singh and M. Nagarajan or Indra Sahni also. But if you have read BK Pavitra 2019's case, your all other judgments will also be clear. Okay, so just go to live law. Okay, and start reading from 2018, since this is 2021 now. So good and bad judgments of 2018, 2019 and 2020. Okay, these three and 2021. For 2021 they are not having a portal. What you can do is just go to their not weekly, monthly digest. They have monthly digest May, they have like monthly digest for April and all these sorts of months. And in those judgments, I mean, in all the cases that they have given, first read the 5 judges benches, the constitutional benches decisions first, then or more than that, then come to the decisions of 3 judges. Now, since the 3 judges benches decisions are so many, so if the live law people have used words like path breaking and significant and very important judgment, and they have, like you have also heard about that judgment and it was so much into controversy, then read that also. Okay, and now they can also ask a judgment which is not pertaining and not relating to your subjects. Okay, like for example, insolvency and bankruptcy court, it wasn't mentioned in the syllabus last year, but they had given 2 judgments of IBC in our sample paper. So the thing is that they had asked IBC because in those cases IBC law was challenged, the entire insolvency and bankruptcy code was challenged. So it becomes a very big thing, it becomes a very path breaking thing for the law fraternity in the entire country to know about that judgment. Okay, so if there is any judgment in which a very particular act was challenged in a very particular way, so you will have to read that also. Okay, even if it is not